Halito, I'm Seth Fairchild.
And I'm Candace Perkins. Welcome to this month's episode of Biskinik TV, your source for Choctaw Nation news.
Today we'll introduce you to the Choctaw Nation media team and take you to Tvshka, Homma, where there's a new museum exhibit. But right now we'll hear from our reporter, Kendra Germany, about the Choctaw Nation Ranches.
I'm Shannon McDaniel. I'm the Executive Director of the Agriculture Program for the Choctaw Nation, which is a division of commerce, and I've been with the tribe 28 years.
The Choctaw Nation operates 7 ranches throughout southeastern Oklahoma. The ranches are located in Daisy, Durant, Hugo, Idabel, Sawyer, Tom, and Tvshka, Homma. These ranches vary in size and operational purpose.
These cows here are certified Angus beef, so what that means from the time that we breed their mother, they have to have the right genetics, so which means that they're a large percentage Angus, so they have to be over 51% Angus.
McDaniel is confident in having some of the best cattle on the market. According to McDaniel, in order for cows to be labeled as certified Angus, they must pass a series of tests to ensure they meet the quality standards.
You know, the tribe's always been an agricultural tribe. You know, in Mississippi, agriculture was a big part of the Choctaws' life. You know, even after moving to Oklahoma, it was still a big part of their life. You know, they were ranchers, they were farmers. You know, that's what they did when they got here. So, you know, it's just taking us back to those roots. It's showing people that it can still be done. It can be done profitably. It can also raise awareness and show that that was part of our culture. You know, we have so many things in the Choctaw Nation that was culture. You know, this is just another one of those things, and it's allowing people to see it happen. It's allowing us to let them see how it happens, but also teaching them how to get back into it and assisting them in doing that.
According to McDaniel, the public can look forward to seeing beef in the markets by as early as March. This is Kendra Germany reporting for BTV from the Choctaw Ranch in Durant, Oklahoma.
In early October, the first resident Consulate General of Ireland based in Austin stopped by Choctaw offices to meet with Choctaw representatives.
On October 12th, the Choctaw Nation welcomed a visitor from Ireland. Adrian Farrell, Ireland's General Consulate based in Austin, visited with Assistant Chief Jack Austin Jr. The two exchanged gifts and talked about the history between the nations. Only 16 years after the Choctaws arrived in what is now Oklahoma, tribal members heard the stories of the hardships in Ireland during the potato famine. Feeling a kinship with the Irish, the Choctaws collected and donated $170 in 1847 and sent the donation to the Irish people. This is Peyton Guthrie reporting for BTV from the Choctaw Nation headquarters in Durant, Oklahoma.
Every year, the Choctaw Nation Capitol Museum adds a new exhibit, and this year was a special one. Reporter Tina Furquane has the details.
The Capitol Museum in Tvshka, Homma unveiled their new exhibit about the Choctaw Capitol building during the 2016 Labor Day Festival.
It has a lot of good information that no one, I think, is really aware of.
After statehood, the building fell into disuse, and later a college had the intent to take the building's bricks and make a museum in Durant.
We're so lucky to have our Capitol building, and I know everybody's going to be excited to see the history of the new exhibit in the building.
It took Miss Green and her team about 9 months to conduct the research, talk to the elders and historians, and collect the images. They wanted to be as historically accurate as possible.
We tried to keep the exhibit in the architectural style of the outside of the building, so it doesn't feel intrusive. When you come in here, it feels welcoming, and I think it's going to be very meaningful to a lot of people.
The Choctaw Capitol Museum features many other exhibits and self-guided tours. It is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and closed on holidays. For more information, visit ChoctawNation.com. I am Tina Furquane reporting for Biskinik TV.
New Choctaw Nation Outstanding Elders were announced at a banquet at the end of September.
33 seniors from southeastern Oklahoma were up for the honor of being the 2016 Choctaw Nation Outstanding Elder on September 27th at the Choctaw Casino Magnolia Ballroom. Maurice Smith from Atoka in District 10 and Eugene Branham from Stigler in District 5 were accompanied by their respective councilmen, Anthony Dillard and Ron Perry, as they accepted their trophies and posed for photographs. You can read about all the outstanding elders in the November edition of the Biskinik. This is Ronnie Pierce reporting for BTV from Choctaw Casino Resort in Durant, Oklahoma.
Next up, we have our monthly construction update with Joseph Jefferson.
The month of September brought many new facilities and construction projects for the Choctaw Nation, including ground being broken in 3 different cities. On September 15th, Riot City held a groundbreaking ceremony for their new Head Start facility.
First of all, the old building is way dilapidated. It's way out of, so old. This one here, again, they're going to have new modern construction for one thing. They're going to have food service delivery that will be the best for our kids again, so that they can have a good nutrition. It's about the technology, as I mentioned. So they're going to be able to communicate via the world. Those things are not offered in most of our facilities, such as the current Wright City Head Start. So it's providing that opportunity for them.
This new facility will be able to accommodate 34 students, including a parent resource room and an FEMA compliant safe room. The expected completion date for the Head Start is spring 2017.
It's just their first step in their long road to the education. Hopefully they'll go on and get as much education as they possibly can. Hopefully one day they're sitting in these seats and no telling what they'll be able to do. But we hope they come back and work for the Choctaw Nation and make a contribution there also.
Now we'll head to Stigler, where more jobs will be coming to the area with the new Choctaw Travel Plaza. 24 new jobs to be exact.
I feel it's good for the community. You get to know a lot more people, get more things done, more connections with people.
The Travel Plaza will boost the economy and benefit the surrounding areas. The new jobs in Stigler will contribute to the 9,000 people already employed with the Choctaw Nation.
Anyway, the Travel Plaza, the jobs, the economy's bad here in the Haskell County. I think we're tied for the highest unemployment rate, and it'll provide about approximately 25 more jobs for this area. They'll be able to expend their money in the city and maybe help out the whole economy here.
On September 27th, the Tallahena community gathered for a groundbreaking ceremony for a new community center. The center will be on the same location as the old building and is expected to be over 11,000 square feet.
Let me say this, it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. So we're going to be blessed for the things that we took out of this community center. The hospital boys came down, King and them come down, and they taken a lot of stuff out. They took the windows out, they took the lights out. I mean, they took everything there for us to take out to give to the churches. And, you know, when we give to God's plan, well, you know, God's going to bless us in a great way.
The building will feature a separate storage building, a full-scale commercial kitchen, an exercise room, and tribal council offices.
To me, I hope that it provides a place for our elders to come. Of course, we talk about just to provide a meal for our elders, for them to show respect for them. But then also, hopefully it is a place that provides where the family can come together, where they can host events, have family gatherings. And so to me, the more we can connect them and they relive that culture that's being lost.
This is Joseph Jefferson with the construction update.
Now we're going to introduce you to the media team that works to bring you the news of the Choctaw Nation.
The first time I ever was asked to write anything was in the 5th grade, and it was Mrs. Perryman's class. And I remember she wrote a story, or I wrote a story on, it was called The Adventures of Super Pup. And it was just an assignment, typical assignment, didn't really think that much of it, but we had to read it out loud in class. And apparently it was hilarious because I got a big reaction from the class, and they laughed over and over. And I can remember the feeling I got when I heard the laughter, and I thought I loved being able to draw emotion out of an audience in some way. So I knew back then that no matter what I was going to write. An opening came up for editor down in Durant for the Choctaw Nation, and I thought, wow, this is my chance not only to get back into journalism, into a position I would enjoy, print journalism, but also to work for my own people, because I am Choctaw. And I realized there was a chance to actually grow the communications department at Choctaw Nation. And fortunately, I am working with some terrific people in management and as my teammates who are really full force behind giving the Choctaw Nation a full service communications department. And I'm lucky in that regard because I'm going to be there at the beginning. So I'm going to get to see this grow. I'll get to see the newspaper change and evolve, and I'll get to see our digital TV station actually from the ground up. There's so many avenues that we can develop into at the Choctaw Nation that it's exciting, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Halito, my name's Tia Fairchild, and I'm a reporter for the Choctaw Nation Biskinik.
I'm a recent graduate from Southeastern Oklahoma State University, and working with the Choctaw Nation is actually my first professional job. I first became interested in journalism in high school when I was reading a book about a war correspondent, and then I did really well in my senior English class, and I really felt the need to write more. I went to Southeastern, got my journalism degree, and I love journalism because it's a way for me to get to explore different parts of the world and the country, and I get to meet new exciting people and tell their stories. I'm big on stories and just hearing what people have to say. I think that's the only way we can know the actual truth behind everything else, is just talking to people and telling what they have to say.
Halito. My name is Kendra Germany, and I'm a reporter/photographer. I fell in love with reporting here at Southeastern Oklahoma State University in Durant. My original plan was to be a music producer, and I decided to stick around here a little bit to stay with my family. And when I came here to Southeastern, I enrolled in journalism classes and decided that that's what I wanted to do instead of music. But music will always be a part of my life. I plan on writing about music in the future. But I found out that I was really good at writing and I enjoyed it. So I continued with that, and here I am today. I enjoy being a reporter because I get to travel and meet new people, and I also get to share my Choctaw culture through my writing.
Halito. I am Peyton Guthrie. I was born in Tallahena at the old Choctaw Nation Hospital, but for all intents and purposes, I was born and raised in Hugo, Oklahoma. I've lived in the Choctaw Nation for my entire life. I've got a lot of great memories here. After leaving Hugo, I came to Durant, Oklahoma to attend Southeastern Oklahoma State University. I majored in acting and directing with a minor in dance. It was here at Southeastern, in these halls, in this building, that I discovered a love for film. It's something I've always wanted to do. There's always been a part of me that has yearned to speak out and to make sure people could be heard and make sure voices could be expressed. I've always held that extremely deeply, personally close to me about my voice and wanting to be expressive and wanting to be heard. I'm a late bloomer to the Choctaw culture and Choctaw Nation. I was born and raised in Choctaw country, but the Choctaw culture wasn't always something that was part of my family growing up. In my adult life, I've discovered that. I'm learning more and more each day about the Choctaw Nation and its past and traditions. And I'm hoping through our work, through the Biskinik TV and other ventures, that we're able to highlight, express, and really put the Choctaw culture on the pedestal it deserves.
Halito. I'm Whitney Lautner, and I'm the digital video editor for the Choctaw Nation. I'm originally from Traverse City, Michigan, and I went to Grand Valley State University and studied film and sound design. The reason I moved from Michigan to Oklahoma was originally for the job, and as a woman in film, it is very hard to obtain a career in my field, and I was very excited to come here and finally do something that I love. Working in this job is a lot of fun. Sometimes it's a lot of stress. It's very fast-paced, and you get to meet a lot of people, you get to travel, but it's a very rewarding job. We meet a lot of really cool, talented people, and they appreciate everything that we do, and that at the end of the day makes me feel like I accomplished something. My passion and love of film originally came to me when I was 13, when I started writing my first novel. And now that I'm an editor, I actually get to make stories. And because I work in film, I get to do the thing that I love the most and create stories for other people and inspire other people. And that to me is really important. My original love and passion for film comes from storytelling. And being an editor in film, I actually get to be the storyteller and put together pieces and make the story that other people enjoy. And a lot of people don't realize what an editor does, but at the end of the day, I have possibly over 100 clips of footage that I have to piece together and make an actual story and make it make sense. And to me, it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it because it is a passion of mine. And I love the reactions of people in the end and how people enjoy what I do, and that's really important to me.
Halito, Sahachifoya Joseph Jefferson. I'm the audio-visual technician. In my previous position as a graphic designer, I designed the Choctaw car tag. My heart, however, has always been in film. I feel that majority of the U.S. still view Native Americans as a thing of the past, or worse, badly stereotyped. I want to change that and show that not only as Native Americans, but as Choctaw, we are alive, thriving, and have a beautiful, vibrant culture. If we as a media team can continue to produce quality work, and if that work opens up the mind of someone uninformed with Choctaw culture, then we have succeeded.
At the end of each show, we will bring you a calendar of events that will allow you to stay informed.
Join us for the annual Harvest Carnival celebration with the Trail of Terror on October 21st at Tvshka, Homma. The Tribal Foster and Adoptive Recruitment Fair is on October 22nd in Oklahoma City at the Glorieta Baptist Church.
Then be at the Event Center at 9 a.m. in Durant for Choctaw College Connect on November 5th. And don't forget our annual Veterans Day event in Tuscahoma on Friday, November 11th, starting at 10 a.m.
And for a complete listing of the upcoming Thanksgiving dinners, plus more information on these and other events, check online at choctawnation.com, news and events.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Biskinik TV. I'm Seth Fairchild.
And I'm Candace Perkins. Ontrapisa La Chaki.
And in closing, we at BTV would like to extend our sympathies to the family of District 9 Councilman Ted Dosh. Councilman Dosh died on October 7, 2016, at the age of 71. A longtime tribal council member, Dosh was a supporter of education and community involvement. He will be greatly missed.